Hello and welcome back to the Kansas Speedway tonight for the CRC Brakleen 400 for the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. Race 17 of Season 9 is underway, or ready to get underway in just a few moments. We got a solid field of 14 drivers, just one under field cap, ready to take to this mile-and-a-half speedway out in Kansas. Had a great show last night for the Brake Series. Hopefully the Cup Series can deliver similarly, but before we get rolling, we've got a few pre-race ceremonies to take care of as usual. So with that, please rise for your national anthem. And now, to say the most famous words in motorsports.
God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine.
Engines are fired here under the lights in Kansas. And we're just about ready to go racing here for 125 laps at this mile-and-a-half speedway. I'm going to broadcast. So as we get rolling under yellow, let's take a look at our commanders on the grid starting lineup for tonight at Kansas. On the front row, taking home yet another pole on the season, the 47 of Forza, owner of Blaze Technology Motorsports, going to roll off alongside 27 of Lucas, riding some incredible momentum after the last few weeks. Row 2, the Blaze Tech development car driven by Radical tonight. Almost got the win last night in the Brake Series. Going to roll off beside the 26 of Dragon from Drone Strike Racing. Row 3, a pair of Chevrolets, 42 of Mace in the booth with me last night for the Brake Series race. Going to roll off alongside the 24 of Ford out of Bear Motorsports. Row 4, a pair of rookies, going to roll off side by side, 51 of Red from Jabarero and the 1 of Hobbs from Dynaco Racing Motorsports, winner last weekend at Martinsville. Row 5, a pair of veterans starting right behind those two rookies, reigning champion Flicker, going to start off alongside the 12 of Robloxian from Rab Racing. Row 6, 18 of Supreme with Bear Motorsports, starting a little buried in the pack, going to start beside the 31 of Zach, not his strongest qualifying effort. And rounding out our field tonight is the 22 of Aiden from Rab Racing, going to roll off alongside the 21 of Pango, not at all the starting position that either of those drivers were looking for. And just before we go green, let's take a look at our playoff schedule, as we are just 2 races away from the playoffs beginning here in the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. Round 1 will begin in Darlington, and then the 9-race playoff continues from there. But first, we got to set the field, and tonight is the second to last race of the regular season. Got a few drivers right around the cut line. It's a dogfight coming into tonight. It's going to be fun to see where these guys stack up coming out. But headed for the Ohio Edison restart zone, Forza's on the gas, and we're green flag racing here at Kansas. Not the best start for the leader on the bottom. Almost got taken 3 wide going down there into turn 1, but he's going to have the 27 of Lucas tight on his door as the 27 actually just shoots into the wall. Forza now clear out to the lead as they're 3 wide in multiple spots behind him. Everybody trying to find their way through, make their own way. Got a 4-car breakaway at the front though. Go, a little contact in the back, flickers sideways coming down the front straightaway, able to save it, and will stay green. 3 wide entering turn 1 though. The 10 of Radical involved in that, gonna go up the track and catch the wall. 4 wide, now there's 3 cars underneath him. Everybody gotta give room. There goes the 12 of Robloxy and sliding down the back straightaway, gonna collect the 1 of Haas as well. They're gonna come back up the track into the 31. A few cars sliding through turn 3, but it will stay green, it looks like. Force is still holding the lead for now. 27 of Lucas, though, all over his bumper, keeping him honest. Side by side behind them for third, that's Ford and Dragon. Ford able to power by on the bottom. The field's starting to thin out now. We're starting to get a little bit single file as we are just a few laps into this opening run. Already though, for the lead, Lucas looking to the bottom of Forza here. Gonna have the bottom going into turn 1. A little contact with the wall. Lucas trying to run tight on that 47. Let's see if Forza can hold his own on the top here. Gonna get a good run off the top of the racetrack. Lucas trying to avoid the side draft all the way down to the white line. It's gonna hurt his corner entry into 3. Forza with the switchback. Now he's on the bottom. And now the 26 of Dragon gonna show his nose underneath there. 3 wide coming off of turn 4 for the top spot at Kansas. 27 and 47 with the run off the higher groups of the racetrack. Gonna go right around the 26. Dragon relegated back to third for the time being. Forza all the way on the top, gonna clear both cars coming off of turn 2. How about a 24 Ford up here hanging in the top 5? Contact a little bit, tried to show the nose middle 3. Able to back out in time though. Here's your 10 of Radical in the Blaze Technology Motorsports development car, starting to come back forward after slipping back a little bit on the start. Qualified third, looking to take that spot back from the 26 right here. Radical Brake Series full-time driver of the number 10, making his first Cup Series start right now in the development car for his team. Contact with the 27 though, close call right there coming off of turn 2. Here's another look at that 4 wide contact from a few laps ago, just as we were getting rolling here. See the 12 get turned sideways, just not enough room given. Then he comes down into the 1. These two both sliding out of control, going to collect the 31 of Zach as well. But all 3 drivers were able to continue, and they're all still in the pack here, trying to make some ground up here early at Kansas. Whoa, what was that? Forza starting to open up a lead now at the front of the field. Lucas has lost some time to the leader. Radical and Dragon still side by side. Oh, what happened to the 24? Went from the top 5, now outside the top 10. Troublesome last few laps for Ford, it seems. Comes to 21 of Pango, showing his face inside the top 5 already after starting dead last here tonight in Kansas. Driven his way up to the top 5, just 12 laps into this race. Looking to pick up some stage points. I know we're 24 laps out from the conclusion of stage 1, but track position means a lot, especially if we start getting some yellows here. And the way these guys are racing back further in the pack, it's looking like we might have a chance of getting some yellows. 4 wide going into turn 3, excuse me. Not a lot of room for that. Well, actually, there's plenty of room in the corners. Very wide racing surface here at Kansas, but Zach and Flicker will advance through those positions. The 1 of Hobbs and the 51 of Red going to be relegated a few spots through that debacle. Single file all the way through the top 8. Flicker trying to make some moves on the outside right here. This is for 10th. Top 5 currently all occupied by blue oval Chevys, or sorry, blue oval Fords. I'm tired. Blue ovals Fords, and then it's Chevrolet 7th and 8th behind them. I mean 6th and 7th. Supreme trying to get by the 26th of Dragon here to break up that Ford brigade at the front of the field. Aggressively trying to get to that left rear quarter panel. He's going to get a shot from behind from Mace. Able to stay to the inside though. Bear Motorsports showed some really good speed in yesterday's practice session. The first time these cars have been on track here at Kansas this season, and it was really his teammate Ford that was leading the way for about, I believe, the first time this season. Ford leading the way for Bear in practice. Supreme and Flicker not far behind, but now it's the 18 making his way through the top 5 here at Kansas. As now he sets his sights on the 21, who was just side by side with the 10. Contact made on the front stretch. Hard to be that low on the apron and hold it down there coming on the off the front straightaway, but contact made between those two, able to hold on to it. Now they're side by side going into turn 3. The 10 of Radical has been released and cleared to 3rd. Oh, up the track. 18 and 21 get together. Now the 26 looking to the inside. 42 trying to follow him through. Oh, there goes Dragon, hooked up towards the wall by his teammate. Able to collect it, and now we have a great momentum all the way back to the bottom of the racetrack coming off of turn 2. Take another look at this. Tight 3 wide on the apron here. Almost 4 wide. See the 42 of Mace looking there to the bottom. And then contact made. Oh, we got a car around in the live box. I think that's, yeah, multiple cars around. 24 of Ford, 31 of Zach. Of them, 18 of Supreme getting turned back around. Mace sliding late. I'm not sure what happened right there, but under yellow for the first time tonight at Kansas. Forza will take us to the race back. But pit road will be open this time. And it'll be the first opportunity for drivers to hit pit road, get fresh tires, and fill up on fuel. And here comes everybody. Going to be busy here on pit road this time. Forza leads on the entire field, it looks like. Very tight pit road here at Kansas, especially the pit boxes themselves. Very tight, lots or minimal room for error for these drivers. But it looks like everybody's able to make it in with no issues this first time, so kudos to the field. Now for the race off of pit road, it will go to Forza. Top three largely remains the same. The 51 of red going to pick up a lot of positions on pit road here with what looked to be a 2-tire call and about one can of fuel. So we'll see how he handles his track position on this restart. Pit road open a second lap, and this time everybody will stay out, except for the 12 of our block team going to come down for secondary service. All by his lonesome. Veteran driver to the league, now racing for Rab Racing in the 12. Dodge team opened at mid-season by Bands, D2 driver for Blaze Technology Motorsports. Routine stop for that crew. So we'll be coming around to see the green flag, or see one to go this time. 1-2 green. But while we pace, let's take a look at our RPM rundown for tonight, presented by Craven Engines. First on the list, we've got the fact that this is the second to last regular season race for the NAPA Auto Parts Cup Series. I showed the postseason schedule at the top of the show, but I did not show that we have Scorcher Arena following tonight, or next weekend following tonight's race at Kansas. Gonna be interesting, to say the least. Newly revamped, renovated after a rough first showing a few seasons ago. And points are on the line. Points are on the mind of all the drivers here, even the ones that are already locked into the playoffs, as we see our second point here. Stage finishes matter a lot, and we're about to have a restart just 11 laps before we reach the conclusion of stage number 1, where we will give out points to the top 5. So gonna be interesting to see how this plays out here, especially with this 51 of red picking up a lot of track position on this most recent pit stop, taking only 2 tires and a half a tank of fuel, it looks like. So he's one of those drivers right around the cut line, needing some points throughout the day. So let's see if this gamble will pay off for him in the stage points category. And then we've also got the question of multi-groove. Haven't seen it much tonight, but I think if we get a little bit further into a run than we saw just now, I think we'll see a few guys straggle to the top. Maybe saw a little bit of it in practice, but then we've also got the strategy on the mind. Everybody should be good to make it to the end of this stage, so we're just racing for points here. Forza and Radical, your front row teammates, bringing us into Ohio at Essen Restart Zone. We're back green in stage 1 with 11 laps to go. Forza with the great jump. Easily going to clear to the lead, though. 51 still on the inside of the 10 for second here. How about 48 of Flicker showing his face at the front of the field for the first time tonight? Trying to follow this 51 through on the bottom. Red will clear. Flicker now side by side with the 10. Radical starting to fade a little bit on that top line. We'll see if he'll try and go to the very top, try and get that high line effect from the very top of the track. Looks like the 51 will get it and make his own way to the outside, almost to the outside of the 48. Flicker, great job at defending that. But now he's got the 26 on his inside. Three wide all the way throughout the field going into turn 1. Got a few cars below the apron here. 21 and 18. Pengo and Supreme dip below the apron, able to come back up. Oh, contact made. 21 and 51 get together, coming off a 218 cents sliding. Trying to get it turned back around, and he does. Great driving from Supreme, sideways the entire back straightaway. Somehow able to get that car straightened out and keep us under the green flag. Oh, and we have another car around. It looks like one of Hobbs sliding in the back of the field. Gonna hard hit with the outside wall, but a one-car incident will keep us green. Meanwhile, 3 wide here, coming down the back straightaway into turn 3 for third. It's Flicker, Radical, and Zach all going for one spot. Look at Dragon in this 26, working the top side. Gonna swing all the way to the bottom of the 47 of Forza here, looking for the lead here in Kansas. Trying to take this stage win. There's the multi-groove we were looking for. Dragon, the first person I've seen really rip the top like that and use that run. Now Forza gonna do the exact same thing to him down the back straightaway. What will Dragon do? He'll fall in line for now, get into the back. Nudge the 47 up the racetrack, trying to get back to that left rear quarter panel. Contact made, aggressive side-by-side racing here. Forza just able to pull back clear though, going into turn 1. Rounding turn 4 to see 5 laps to go in stage 1. It's still anybody's game. We just saw Dragon run down Forza from a sizable gap. And now the battle to get the front of the field is going to bring the entire top 10 up on the leaders. Looks like we're going to overtime. Flicker barely gonna get to the inside of that 10 car right there into turn 3. Oh, the 22 is stopped on the racetrack. Caution going to come out for a stopped car down on the pit entry. 22 of Aiden. Looks like he ran out of tires. So for the race back, likely the stage results right here. Going to be Forza, Dragon, Zach, Lucas, and Flicker, the top 5, all going to take home some stage points, I believe. And that 27 of Lucas right there in 4th. One of those cut line drivers that's needing a really good day. Let's take a look at the points coming into tonight at Kansas. Forza is still your points leader. All the top 5 drivers in green have locked themselves into the playoffs through their performance in the regular season. But from 5th all the way down to about, what is that? I can't see that. 11, 12, 16th. Those are all drivers that are still in contention to make the playoffs. Should they show up tonight? The 12 of Robloxian at the bottom in 16th. He's done what he's needed to do. He showed up. So he's got a chance to make it, but unfortunate for him, all the drivers that he's racing against have also showed up, and they're running ahead of him on the racetrack right now. That would be the 10, or that would be 10th through 6th place, even 11th to 24 forward. So it's going to be tough sledding for him to make his way into the playoffs against these 6 drivers that have showed up tonight. But for these guys that are right around the cut line, I'm looking at Mace, Lucas, Ford, Red even. It is so close between these drivers. You see all the way on the right side of your screen, the points above and below the cutoff. Just about 30 points separates these guys from Ford to Red. So definitely a lot to watch. These final 2 races, something to keep your eye on. Those drivers, the 51, 42, 27, and the 24. They've been racing right around each other all night. See the 42 and 24 nose to tail to close stage 1. 51 tried to take a gamble on that last pit stop. Unfortunately, does not look like it's going to work out for him. Fell way out of the top 10. Trying to make the older tires work against the newer tires of the field. And the 27 of Lucas just picked up some good stage points for him. So it's looking good for the 27, 24, and 51. Gotta be feeling a little bit of worry here, I would think. Did they just... Alright, here we come to the choose. Forza, Dragon, Zach, the top 3, all gonna stay to the bottom. For, are we choosing? I guess we're not choosing. I thought we were seeing the 1 to green. Guess not. Sorry about that. Now we're coming to see the green this time. Forza and Zach, your front row. 2 Fords behind them. Dragon and Radical gonna line up opposite their teammates. And then it's a pair of Chevrolets, row 3, Flicker and Mace. And behind them, Lucas and Hobbs. So, back into the Ohio Edison restart zone. This time it's stage 2. 36 laps the distance, and we're green. Oh, contact with Forza and Zach coming off the front straightaway. Dragon's gonna stay clear of the one for now. Pretty orderly restart. Everybody's starting to settle in already. Here's 48 of Flicker trying to work the high side here. I think we need a decreased draft. That'll really bring the highlight now. Make a note of that. Oh, I hear tire marks. There goes 12. Can he save it? Can I spectate him? There we go. Gonna spin all the way through the pack, half of the pack. Finally get it corrected down the back straightaway. A one-car incident, though, will stay green. Force is still your leader, Zach, in second now. Taking his best swings at him. Side by side coming through 3 and 4. The second Drone Strike Racing driver, Dragon, in the 26, also trying to show his hand here in the front of the field. And the 42 of Mace, we were just speaking about him under that last caution, needing some solid points. Here he is, running up front here to kick off stage number 2. Just got to hold on to this track positioning. And then just behind him, the one of Hobbs, the winner last weekend at Martinsville. Very solid pace, very good, talented driver. Just has not shown up for the majority of the regular season, but here he is back in the car. And as I said, got a win at Martinsville last weekend. Running just outside the top 5 here in 6th at Kansas. I'm sure he'd love some points to point him back a little further north of the cut line. Zach trying to get by Forza. His teammate, though, going to push the 47 past him on the bottom. Going to catch the wall a little bit coming off the corner. Three wide, nearly coming off of turn 4. Dragon now on the inside of the 47. Oh, contact up the track goes Forza. Mace and Zach gonna look to take advantage. Now Drone Strike Racing teammates side by side for the top spot down the back straightaway. Here comes the 42 of Mace from Late Night Racing to the bottom. Looking to take him 3 wide coming off of turn 4 here. Forza as well there. Gonna make some contact 4 wide now. Coming down the front straightaway. Gonna be tight coming off. Able to hold on to it. Now it's Mason Dragon. Or Zach, excuse me. Side by side fighting for the lead. And here comes the rest of the top 10. Looking to throw themselves in this battle for the lead. Mace, a rookie to the league now with Late Night Racing after his former team Lightning Fast Racing was shut down amid some team owner controversy. Now the 42 racing for the lead here at Kansas. Contact with the 47 though. They're gonna get swarmed by the rest of the pack now. Zach takes the race lead from his teammate Dragon. Now he's gonna try and pull away. Four wide, nearly coming off of turn 3. Or 4, excuse me. Everybody fanning out across this front straightaway. Then they got a bottleneck into turn 1. 4 wide. Drag it all the way on the top of the racetrack, ripping the top, ripping the boards. Hobbs stuck in the middle. Lucas on the bottom now, back inside the top 5. Radical gonna wash way up the racetrack. Goodness gracious. Pengo sliding into turn 1, up into the outside wall. Supreme also sliding, Dragon also sliding. They're gonna save it, and officials will keep us green. They reached the boiling point. All of that side-by-side, multiple 3 and 4 wide action eventually reached the boiling point, and it unfortunately bit the 21 here. Just coming off a turn, or coming off of the front straightaway, I've said multiple times this weekend how tight it gets for these race cars. Pengo, unfortunately, just misjudges his line, comes too far up the track, catches the 42, and sends him sliding. Gonna collect his teammate Dragon as well. Both Drone Strike Racing drivers gonna lose some time, but at the front of the field, Zach currently leads the way. Forced to try to chase him back down, and then just behind him, another Drone Strike Racing Ford Mustang in the 27 of Lucas. That was exciting. Zach giving Forza a really hard time to make this pass for this lead. Into the bumper coming off of turn 4 here, though. Here comes Forza to the bottom. Lucas also there, though. It's going to be right there when these two get side by side. Here he is. 3 wide. Forza, some contact coming off the front stretch. And now here comes the 48 of Flicker right to the back bumper of these 3. 4 wide coming off of turn 2. That's not going to work. Contact made. Here comes Flicker all the way on the bottom. They're still 4 wide. Oh, that's not going to work. They're crashing. Flicker up into the outside wall. He spins around backwards. Ford out of nowhere to the lead. Look at that. Ford just sneaks by and takes the top spot as his teammate suffers, unfortunately. But now it's 4-24 to the front of the field. What a pass for Ford to take the lead here at Kansas. Let's have another look at it. See this group 4 wide coming down the back straightaway. Looks like Forza looks like Forza got into the side of the 31, turned him sideways, and then trying to enter turn 3. Flicker just cannot hold that car on the white line like that, trying to enter, and then they all make contact, all go up towards the wall, and then Ford out of nowhere for P5, from P5, just running his own line, drives right to the bottom of the track and right by all 4 of them. Here it is one more time. Look at that. I mean, that's just picture perfect if you're the 24. And now with these multiple cars continuing the battle behind him, Ford starting to open up a little bit of a lead here at Kansas. The winless streak has been the talk of the town for the 24. 129 races since Ford has seen victory lane. But now he sits at the lead in Kansas here. For how long, who knows? But right now he's got it, and he's going to take advantage of it for as long as he can. A few cars on pit road here. 42 of Mace and the 27 of Lucas. Peeling out of the main pack to hit pit road. The cycle might be beginning here. Pretty early. Just looking at their fuel. 48 of Flicker. Coming off of pit road, sorry. I thought he was slow or had an issue, but Flicker already made his stop. And here comes, no, it looked like Zach was trying to come, but might have missed pit road. Just pit. Pengo on pit road, speeding on entry though. Gotta be a drive-through for him. The 1 of Hobbs and 24 of Ford on pit road. Ford pitting from the lead. Forrest now the leader, gonna peel off the racetrack and hit pit road. Barely gonna get that car slowed down in time. 31 of Zach gonna follow him this time, able to get onto pit road. And too far through his box. Completely missed his box. Multiple stalls past it. Not sure if he was looking at the wrong sign or what, but a lot of time given up right there for Zach on his stop. .42 of Mace, unfortunately going to receive a drive-through penalty. So now that leaves Supreme, Robloxy, Radical, and Dragon, the only cars yet to pit on this cycle, as 26 is now on pit road. But when we will see the rest make the move to pit. Radical and Robloxy racing side by side, going back and forth here. And here they come, both to pit road at the same time. So now that'll leave Supreme as the lone driver, gonna run it all the way dry. Got Forza right behind him on fresh tires, looking to get by him. But Supreme being aggressive with the blocking here, trying to keep Forza a lap down as long as he can, but eventually gonna have to cede that position. And here he comes on the pit road. Here's Supreme coming off of pit road. Forza coming around to take the race lead back. Dragon in second, just a few paces behind him, and then Lucas caught in the midst of a few cars here for third. And look at Supreme, look at the ground he gained, staying out late. Now in third place, just ahead of this pack. Great strategy call for the 18. Now let's see if he can drive away while these drivers continue to battle just behind him and secure some playoff points here to end off stage number 2 at Kansas. Oh my God, the 22 is stopped on the apron. Caution flag flies. And this just made this stage finish a lot more interesting, because eight laps out, that's enough time for a restart. And yeah, 22 of Aiden unfortunately runs out of fuel, stopped on the apron here. And that'll be the end of the night. Pit road not yet open, because still have the driver of the 22 standing on the racetrack waiting for the ambulance. But pit road should be open this time. believe Pingo will get the free pass here. And yes, he will. Just got confirmation from an official. Pingo will get back on the lead lap. One driver thankful for this caution. That's him. But pit road is open. Let's see if we have anybody come. And it looks like majority of the field gonna hit pit road. A few cars stay out. The one in the 42, as well as the 21. Looks like they took, yeah, everybody else that's pitting took significantly less fuel than the drivers that are staying out. Everybody right at about 400. Brakleen at 900. Supreme, well, he's finished his service. Interesting though. So we'll see how these drivers fare at the front of the field. Last weekend at Martinsville, it came down to these two. The path for the lead was the one going by the 42 late at Martinsville following the final stop of the night. Hobbs drove him down, went by him, but it was not without the 42's help that the one car made it to the finish. Hobbs ran out of fuel on pit road, but the 42 of Mace, out of the goodness of his heart and the friendship that he has with Hobbs, decided to push him to his pit box, let him continue in the race, and then ended up coming down to those two at the end. Hobbs taking his second victory of the season, and Mace getting a solid P3, I believe, in his quest for the playoffs in his rookie season. Radical back on pit road for the second lap, all by his lonesome. Topping off on fuel, and he's down and away. So it looks like we'll be seeing the green flag with 3 laps to go. Alright, so we'll be going green with 2 to go. Going to be a 2-lap dash to end stage 2. So going to be Hobbs on the bottom, Mace on the top, making up your front row, Forza and Dragon second row, Robloxy and Supreme row 3, Ford and Flicker teammates from Bear making up row 4, Drone Strike teammates Lucas and Zach in row 5, and then Red and Radical making up row 6. 2 rookies to the league, bringing us back to the green flag. I'm not sure where Supreme is going. Mace going to get a good restart, though, able to clear for the lead. Big block down the back straightaway from the 1. Trying to keep that 18 behind him. Able to do it for the lead, though. Dragon to the inside of the 42. Coming to the white flag in stage 1. Coming around to see the stage checker. 47 sideways in front of the field. Can he come back up? Gonna smack the outside wall, come back into traffic. Forza spins backwards, but will stay green. Now it's a 3 wide battle coming through turns 3 and 4 for the final time in stage number 2. Mace on the top, Dragon in the middle, Hobbs on the bottom. Who's gonna get it? Coming down to the stripe, it's gonna go to the, oh, that was so close. Might have been the 26 of Dragon. Photo finished at the line for the stage win. I believe that went to the 26 of Dragon. Wow. What a stage finish. Let's see if this replay, okay, no, the replay didn't get it. Never mind. I clicked it too late. Pit road open once again. Man. What a dash to the line right there. Flicker and Supreme also collecting stage points, but very important for the 42 and the 1, finishing inside the top 3, picking up some playoff points, as well as the 26 getting playoff points. Should those two, the 1 and the 42, make the playoffs, that'll give them, or that'll help their cushion entering round 1. Once the points reset and then playoff points are tacked on, definitely will help the cushions for some of those drivers. Let's look at our points once again, just to look at the playoff points this time. I didn't look at them. I don't know if you did. But currently playoff points leader Forza with 76. Absolutely immense amount. And then second and behind him is Dragon in second, then Flicker tied with Hobbs, both with 24. Good playoff points for Mace right there. Picked up 1, I believe, finishing third. So that'll be 3 for him overall. But not looking the best for the 42, I will say, entering round 1. Gonna be interesting to see though how he performs throughout the rest of tonight, and then also got Scorcher, the stages next weekend. Opportunities for playoff points right there before the playoffs begin. Once again, should he make the playoffs? Should he qualify? Still time and room for the 24 Ford to point his way in. He's just got to get his nose towards the front of the field and put together a good finish here and some stage finishes at Scorcher. That's what Ford has not been good at this season, getting stage points, getting stage finishes. Just somehow seems to always, end up in the back, coming to the green and white checkered flags at the stages. So definitely something to be worked on in the 24, but Scorcher, good opportunity for him next weekend. One of the better super speedway racers in the league. So we'll see what Ford has next weekend at Scorcher, but right now focused on Kansas. Led some laps right there in stage 2 before that yellow. Right before the pit cycle, actually, Ford was your leader. Got some beef in the chat. I love it. So should see 1 to green. Should be going green this time. Yep. Choose cone is active. Dragon will be the first one to it, followed by the 10 of Radical. So we'll see where they decide to roll off for this restart. So Radical to the top, gonna have the 12 of Robloxing behind him. Flicker, Hobbs, Ford, Pengo all on the bottom. Ohio Edison restart zone once again. Fords will roll off 1-2. This time stage 3 underway in the CRC Brakleen 400. Radical able to clear off of turn 2 for the lead. And then a decisive block going into 3 to cut off the nose of the 26. Doesn't matter though, Dragon right into the back bumper and to the inside. Now back for the lead. He will take it. Teammate Zach trying to follow him through, as well as now the 48 of Flicker looking for some track position. Oh, contact made in the back. Pango, Mason, Ford all get together. The 21 goes sliding down the back straightaway, and a bad day turns worse for Pango, as now he is sent sliding down the back straightaway, and he is completely disconnected with the pack. Wow. Oh, there goes the 51 now of Red. Gonna come back up, collect the 18. They're gonna bounce off the wall and get straightened out. Close call for those two, though. Radical starting to tumble through the top 5 a little bit here. Side by side with the 12. Flicker trying to flex his muscles here in the top 3, racing against 2 Drone Strike teammates. Pretty similar looking race cars. But you got that bright blue Sparko Chevrolet to break them up. Excuse me. Oh, tight 3 wide coming down the front stretch between these 3 right here. We're blocking down the back straightaway. Mr. Aggressive, living up to the name here. And now he's going to get ran up the racetrack by the 27. Lucas a little unhappy with how he was raced there. Now Robloxy retaliating as well. Forza trying to get by these 2. Contact made. Forza somehow slips by the 27 and 12. Losing a lot of track position now. Stuck on the top of the racetrack now. 3 wide. Tempers are hot here in Kansas. Drone Strike Racing 2v1ing Bear Motorsports Flicker. Flicker, though, doing a really good job of holding his own, hanging in there with these 2. Dragging up off the bottom of the track. Can Flicker take advantage? Trying to get to the left rear quarter panel. Can't quite keep the momentum up as they are bum drafting down the back straightaway. Hard pushing Zach to the back of Dragon. Oh, what a run for Flicker that time through 2. Sailed past Zach and now to the inside of Dragon for the top spot. Can he make it work? Can he complete the pass? Oh, contact, big contact, dragging it sideways, coming off the front stretch, able to hang on to it, but flicker now to the front of the pack. Oh, wow, that's not going to go well. Wow, great save by Lucas, my goodness. Great job of saving that race car, not coming back up and cleaning out the field. Oh no, oh god, multiple cars around. That'll probably be a yellow. 51, 18, 10, 12, all backwards, and yeah, the caution flies. Now for the race back, Flicker got a sizable gap back to Zach. He will likely, and he will, come back to take this race back. Hobbs, great drive late in that stage, up to third. Let's have another look at what happened right here, coming off the front stretch. Troublesome spot on the racetrack tonight. Hard to make it off that apron side by side with somebody, and you see Radical trying to get too much, trying to get more than he can chew, it seems. Bounces into the 18, they bounce off the wall, and then just spells mayhem for all the cars behind them. See right here, trying to make a pass on the 18 of Supreme, but that car gets really tight on that apron. He comes up, catches the 18, they make contact, 10 gets jackknifed, slides down the apron. 18 checks up, tries to avoid him, gets turned by his teammate Ford, and then the 51 and the 12 innocent bystanders also collected. Nonetheless, yellow flag flies, pit road is open once again. Tight race off pit road between Dragon and Hobbs. I believe it goes to the 26th though. Flicker will maintain the lead. Radical and Lucas back down for second time service. Supreme and Robloxian as well. So, interesting time for a yellow, because I don't think anybody can make it all the way. The closest people would be the drivers that you just saw pit on that second lap: Supreme, Red, Radical, Lucas, and Robloxian. Those would be the ones that those are the only drivers I would pick to make it all the way to the end. But even then, it's going to be close. 26 laps at the line. Could be doable if one of these drivers that I just named maybe saves pretty aggressively. Saves fuel, I mean. But even then, can the tires make it all the way? Gonna be interesting to see if anybody tries to play some strategy here. Try and save some tires, save some fuel, or just go all out and run it till it dry, or run it till it's dry. If you can make it to the end, great. If you can't, come and pit. That would be the mindset, I would think, for some of these drivers already locked into the playoffs. So 48 of Flicker, 31 of Zach, 26 of Dragon, 47 of Forza even. I would just go balls to the wall, try and pick up another race win, but differing strategies on the pit boxes. And we are green. I don't know what Ford was doing on that restart. What was that? Ford. Where did he come from? Ford now your leader somehow. Let's take a look at this jump to restart for Ford right here. All the way from the back of the pack. We got a massive shove from the 51 and just shotgunned him right past the leaders to the front of the field. And he has been instructed by officials to lift back and cede positions he gained. He's lifted back to the pack. Unfortunate for Ford, but cannot jump the restart, especially when it's that obvious. And unfortunately didn't do a good enough job at hiding it. Forza just switched schemes. Oh! Supreme up the racetrack and around with the 51. I don't know what happened there. Let's take another look at what happened here with Supreme. Looks like the 27 of Lucas on his inside. Supreme just came down on him, it looked like. Yeah, Lucas is there for the entire back straightaway, and Supreme kind of just comes down on him. And up into the 51. Oh, wow. Contact off of turn 4 there. Forza trying to rip the top. Got into the 42 and he got into the 27. They all went down the racetrack. Able to rejoin though. Oh, wow. Late move from Mace to the inside of Lucas, but he's had the positioning but couldn't hold the bottom. Lucas did a really good job at defending and running him all the way down on that white line, not giving him much room to work with. Forced Mace to lift out of that move before he was ready. Front of the field though, Dragon starting to get ran down by this one here of Hobbs once again. looking for another win. This would be 2 in a row for the one car. We've still got 18 laps to go, coming around to 17. Plenty of time, lots of racing left for anything to happen. And we still might have a pit stop. If we get a yellow, I think we're definitely going to see everybody come to pit road. But if we go green all the way, this race just got immensely more interesting, strategy-wise. Hobbs to the inside for turn 3. Looking for the lead. Oh, they made contact! Misjudgment from the 1 trying to complete that pass. Puts the 26 in the wall, but he will take the lead regardless. Dragon gonna lose a lot of spots now. The 47 makes contact with him. Forza still slow on the racetrack, dropping spots. Forza might have an issue. Says lag. Oh, 3 wide off of 2. Nearly. Zach ended up moved to back out of that one when he saw the contact up outside of him between his teammate, the 27, and the 10. Rookie's making up the entire top 3 right now at Kansas. Radical, not even a full-time driver in the Cup Series, in second, making his first Cup Series start in the Blaze Technology Motorsports development car. Trying to run down last week's winner, Hobbs. Rookie to the league in the 1 car. Contact behind. Dragon, Zach, Flicker all making contact. The Drone Strike teammates up into the wall. Now opens up a big gap between 3rd back to 4th. Flicker we're looking at. Nope. Here comes Radical to the inside for the lead. Can he complete the pass on Hobbs? He can. A power move to pull up in front coming off of turn 2. Now Radical to the race lead with under 10 laps to go. Still, pit strategy on the minds of, I'm sure, every driver in the field. I don't think we can make it all the way. Just looking at the fuel of the drivers on track, looking at the bottom of the screen. I don't think anybody can make it, even the drivers that took fuel a second time. Gonna be very close. Starting to get a little strung out here, though, throughout the field. Mostly single file. Still got a battle for the lead, though. Hobbs and Radical side by side for the front spot. Lucas waiting in the wings for a mistake, for an opportunity to pounce. And Flicker in the 48. Look at him running up on these three, making a four-way battle. And then his teammate Supreme back in fifth, also closing. Hobbs able to clear back for the lead. Lucas now inside of Radical. Here's Mace coming off of pit road. First driver to cede to the strategy, hit pit road. Already done his service. Here's Flicker now, advancing past Lucas for second. Supreme is also there. 5 cars racing for the lead here late at Kansas. The 31 of Zach also not too far behind. Figure big run down the back straightaway, almost pulling up right to the back bumper of the one, coming around to see 4 laps to go. Can the fuel hold out for anybody? No time to save anymore. It's all, you got to go as hard as you can if you're racing at the front of the field here. Here's Supreme looking around the outside of Lucas for third, and he'll take it. Supreme looking for his first win on the season. Flicker looking for his third, I want to say. Flicker looking for a second on the season, excuse me. Hobbs looking to make it 3. Lucas looking for his first NAPA Cup Series win ever since he joined the league. Been so close so many times this season, even last weekend. Second place late at Martinsville. Tried to make a run at Hobbs, didn't have enough time to make up the gap. Once again, racing in the top 5 late at Kansas, but the pass for the lead is on. Flicker looking to the inside of Hobbs. Can't quite complete the pass off of 4 that time. Hobbs going to have a run back on the front straightaway as they see 2 laps to go. Pit road is closed. Everybody's committed to the strategy. 48 on the bottom. He will clear for the lead. Hobbs now 2 miles approximately to make a decision how he wants to go for this win. Supreme trying to snap a winless streak that dates back to about this time last season. What will he do for this win? His teammate currently holds the top spot. Got a rookie in between them. Coming to the white flag here at Kansas. 4 cars in line, all with a shot at it. Flicker currently holds the top spot. Heartbreak a few weeks ago for the 48 at Indianapolis. Leading in the final corner. Contact made with the 47 of Forza. They both lose the race. Dragon sweeps out of nowhere to take it. Hobbs looks to the inside. Flicker defends it well. Up the racetrack, off of turn 4. Flicker gonna come to the line and he will win at Kansas Speedway. The CRC Brakleen 400 belongs to him as they wreck across the start-finish line. Flicker backs up his win at Ohio months ago with a win here at Kansas tonight. Bear Motorsports was the team to be in practice 1, and once again, they get it done in the race here at Kansas. Reigning Cup Series champion back in victory lane, this time at Kansas Speedway. Now we get to burn it down in front of this sold-out Kansas Speedway crowd that just got to see a show. Flicker, an Indiana native, or no, yeah, Illinois, sorry, Illinois native, not far away from this Kansas Speedway. And these fans love to see him win, and they just got to see him drive his ass off right there for that final few laps and make the pass with 2 to go, hold off Hobbs on the white flag, and get it done here at Kansas. In his farewell campaign, 2 wins on the season, absolutely nothing to be ashamed of, as he steps away from the league following 2 championships and his quest for a 3rd in a row. And now he'll get to bring that Chevrolet Camaro to victory lane. Here he is in BGE victory lane. Flicker, your winner of the CRC Brakleen 400 at Kansas. In a not last lap, but 2 to go pass. Collecting his 2nd win on the year. And let's grab him for an interview. Flicker, you got it done after winning early in the season at Ohio, coming back a few months later and getting it done at Kansas. Not too far away from your home in Illinois, but overall, great race for you. Actually, I won't lie, not the best race for you, but we're there when it mattered at the end to get the win. So tell me how the race went for you, and tell me how it feels to be back in BGE victory lane.
I mean, it feels great. Haven't won in a while. I'm glad we finally got back into victory lane. But yeah, our race went pretty good. But in the first 2 stages, we just weren't able to execute. We were getting shuffled through the back, and we're always just forced to run the top, which surprisingly wasn't as dominant as I thought it was going to be this race. But yeah, I mean, we picked up some stage points, which was pretty good. Unfortunately, we weren't able to pick up playoff points, but showed pretty good pace and was able to get the win. So I'm just happy that I could get the win for Bear Motorsports and this 48 team, and I'm just looking forward to next week.
Yeah, definitely a great win for you and the team. Congrats on the win and the playoff points as well. Locked into the playoffs, that'll definitely help your cushion through the first round. So, yeah, congrats on the win, and hopefully you see you next week in the Scorcher.
Thank you.
All right. Since you're right here, we'll go ahead and interview you, Boss Man Ford. Excuse me. Bringing it home, I think inside the top 10 here tonight at Kansas. But we saw you up front leading some laps at a time after the leaders got together, and then unfortunately strategy, and I guess I guess I'll ask you, what took you out of it late there? Was the car just not right? Did you just not have the pace? Just what happened?
Two things. So first of all, I started going right when Flicker did on that restart, and then I got bodied from behind. Like, I'm talking slammed from behind. I just kept going because I'm like, I hit the gas at the same time Flicker did. I saw him start going, so I went. I'm like, screw it, whatever. That wasn't really what did it. I mean, I got up close to everybody, but Forza literally lagged three fucking times beside me and literally put me into the wall, put me under the apron 3 times. So 2 or 3 times. I think it was 3 times, yeah. 3 times. So, I mean, Forza kind of fucked me there. But besides that, I had good speed, just wrong place, wrong time the whole day. So, congratulations to Flicker. Great for Bear Motorsports, great for him going into the postseason. So, yeah, that's all I got. Hopefully, we're at the arena next week. We can actually get something done. So, and not be in the wrong place.
Yeah, and speaking of the playoffs for you, you're right around that cut line battle So what?
Exactly.
Needed good points tonight and did not get it done. So what's the mindset for
No.
next weekend going into Scorcher?
I don't care how many penalties I get as long as I don't get parked. I don't care if I dump people, honestly. I mean, if it's to make the playoffs, I don't care. I mean, we had a good car today. I finished ahead of at least one person I've been battling with, but I'm so far back in points all day, I don't even know where I'm going to be. But yeah, next week I'm going to go out there and do what we can, be aggressive, be on some supreme levels of aggressiveness, hopefully, and try to get it done. So.
All right. Well, there's the plan for Ford next week in the Scorcher. Hopefully you can follow through with it. We'll see you there.
Yep.
All right. And now we will go to. I don't remember who finished ahead of who, but we'll go to Lucas first. Lucas, once again, in contention late, inside the top 5 tonight at Kansas. Solid points day for you, but unfortunately coming up just short once again. So tell me what the sentiment is following tonight's finish at Kansas.
I mean, low key, I'm just kind of changing my mindset with it because we gotta get above Ford as much as we could, and honestly, we definitely could this race. I mean, we got stage 1, in stage 1, didn't get in stage 2, but neither did he, and then we got 3rd place. So that's really good. Sucks that we couldn't win yet again, and I'm gonna just say right now it's because of teammates as well. I don't know why. It's like they know I need all the help I could get. I've mentioned it a lot, and I just get raced like horseshit. If I race like horseshit, I'm fine. I'm like, they gotta tell me, but like I'm on it. Like I can be okay about it. But yeah, what's it? Other than that, it's good. Yeah, so I guess we just gotta go into Scorcher and, to try winning it, of course, but if not, then just keep the streak up. We got, I think, 3rd? Yeah, we got 3rd. There's no way we did not get 3rd in that tie, because I remember it was Flicker, then Hobbs, and then it was me, and then it was Supreme? Was it Supreme? No? Alright. Yeah, other than that, yeah, happy with the car we had today. Sucks that we couldn't, get like stage wins or anything today, but we still got points. That's the best part about it. And then, who knows, maybe we could lock ourselves in with this. Like, maybe we don't even gotta worry about it. Oh yeah, by the way, Supreme, you're still Osama bin Russell. I see you in the stage, dude. You're Osama bin Russell. Alright, anyway. Yeah.
Tango. I didn't even do it.
All right, well, overall fruitful points day for Lucas in the 27, but still room to improve next weekend at Scorcher, so we'll see you there. All right, now we'll get Radical. Excuse me. I believe first ever Cup start for Radical tonight at Kansas, if not first with Blaze Technology Motorsports. So had a good run, ran inside right around the top 5 for most of the night, and I believe finished inside the top 5. So good run for you and the team. But tell me what you've learned from tonight in the Cup car.
Yeah, it was a fun race in the D1 cars. The D1 field is a lot of fun to race around. Really, there late. It was shaping up the same as the D2 race a day ago. This time, I made sure to get enough fuel and tires, but we were in the same position there with like around 10 to go, battling for the lead, and then once again got shuffled up the track and couldn't get back down, and ended up 5th again. But we didn't really make anyone too mad. I had like a few run-ins, but all in all, it was a good day. Yeah, I really like these D1 cars. Might come back a few more times this season. Just I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, Scorcher's up next. Gonna be looking forward to that one to see what happens there. And just getting ready for the playoffs.
All right, yeah, points leader in the break series going into likely going into next weekend. So hopefully you can race Scorcher on autopilot, but we'll see you there. All right, and our final interview for tonight will be Supreme in the 018. Solid finish for Supreme after running just outside the top 5, just inside the top 10 for most of the night, but able to sneak out a top 5 late, I believe. Pretty sure top 5, ran top 5 at the end, and I believe finished there. So fruitful day for Supreme, right? I believe locked into the playoffs. Should be locked. Yeah, you're locked in. But yeah, good points day for you, and solid top 5 finish. So tell me what you're feeling after tonight.
I guess we'll take top 5 as you can get them. So yeah, this stickers card kind of just it's been lagging. So we're gonna switch it up for the last race. Hopefully you enjoyed the holiday scheme that we're bringing out. But race was cool. I feel like we definitely had the speed to be competitive all night. Just a few too many run-ins with people. So yeah, I mean, I'll take the blame for some of them, but you know, some of these people kind of overreact too much to the slightest taps on your wheel, and it's like, oh my god, now I gotta wreck you for 7th place. But it's neither here or there. It's just racing. I'm not even gonna stress over it. But yeah, locked into the playoffs. Hopefully we get some playoff points at Scorcher. I'm pretty excited. I haven't raced there, but yeah, that's really it.
All right, well, excuse me. Overall, solid finish for Supreme, and one of the better super speedway racers in the Napa Auto Parts Cup Series. So we'll see how you fare next weekend at Scorcher.
Yeah.
All right, and that'll do it for our coverage of the CRC Brakleen 400 from the Kansas Speedway, wrapping up our Kansas weekend. Pretty fun weekend, I would say. Good racing in both races, but 2 races left in the playoffs coming in. In the regular season coming in. 1 race left through the regular season. Scorcher Arena is the venue next weekend for both divisions. Going to be a fun time. Newly revamped Speedway after the kerfuffle that we could call a race last season, or the last, I guess, 2 seasons ago, I think. But yeah, we'll be back same time as always, 7 p.m. Eastern, Saturday and Sunday evenings, with that action from Scorcher Arena. So with that, this is King signing off. Hope everybody has a good night.